Hello, my name is Alexandria Echinapira, and our group will be presenting on our concept test of Artsee Co. We are a creative branding and marketing agency founded for local artists in Orlando. And as an organization, we just wanted to help local artists to create, develop, and manage their own brands. So we had two primary goals with our concept test. The first is to test the need for a creative branding and marketing agency for local artists. And the second was to test our target market's engagement with our agency. And we did this through likes and shares on social media and through clicks on our website and our landing page. So the marketing persona we created was Luna. She's a full-time UCF student majoring in musical theater who works part-time as a Starbucks barista. Now we're going to move on to our landing page. We wanted to start by creating a landing page because we are concept testing and thought that this would be an effective way to generate leads in our target market. We used terminology that we thought would align with our target audience, such as stay in tune, as we are trying to make connections with these local artists so that they put their trust in us and they want to share their information so we can contact them. Although both a landing page and website weren't required, we did create both because we felt like it was necessary for us to really convey the concept to our target audience. We were also able to utilize our website as a tool to implement the lead generation tactic. We wanted to convey a strong visual on our site above the fold that stayed consistent with our branding. The colors and artistic design of this photo, combined with the subject looking up conveying a vision, aligns really well with our agency's values and mission. The words we added to the photo conveyed the values that we thought our target audience would align with as well. When you scroll to the bottom of our homepage, we have a contact form to collect information from our potential customers. And as you can see, we do stay consistent with the very relaxed and laid-back way that we speak to our target audience. We offer a free downloadable of our 5 favorite branding tips and tricks, and when our potential client hits the submit button, they are taken to this page, where we thank them for staying in tune with us, which is again the wordplay, and we have the graphic displayed big enough that they can scroll through and read it. But we did make sure to mention that they can scroll to the bottom of the page for the downloadable version of this infographic as well, as that is what we promised for their contact information. I think that our website was a great opportunity outside of just social media for us to really explain the concept behind Artsee Co. and what we wanted to achieve as an agency. Our About Us page allowed us to do this for our target audience. Finally, our website served as a place where we could provide valuable content to our target audience. Between our lead generation graphic and the blogs that we uploaded, we were able to provide a sense of trust in our target audience that gave our creative agency credibility and made them want to share their contact information with us.
Hello, I'm Walter, and I will be discussing the landing page tactic, website, and SEO. Starting with the landing page, you can see that it's very subtle, but still grabs the viewer attention. We wanted to stay away from anything that was too flashy or vibrant within the colors that would grab the viewer's attention away from that subscribe button, because at the end of the day, all we want the customer to do is put in their information so that we may market to them later. And for those who are able to notice, we took the time to make our contact form look like a piano to better resonate with our musical artists out there, as well as those who have the piano as their favorite instrument. You would also notice that it looks like piano keys. Here you can see the analytics for the landing page. In total, Artsee Co was able to generate 23 subscribers. 15 of those subscribers came very early. By the time frame of February 29th, we already had 15. And as well as those subscribers, none of those subscribers actually left at all. They chose to stay with us. We have yet to lose one subscriber. And pertaining to the landing page as well, we had a 0 bounce rate, which shows that our landing page was very attractive and it definitely did its job. Although it was optional to do the landing page or website, we felt both were necessary. Considering we are a startup, we felt the website answered a lot of questions that our target audience would have, such as who we are, what we do, and also what can we provide for them. We took the time to also put in a contact form separate from the landing page so that the viewer wouldn't have to go back and forth just to give us the information of the email so that we could market to them later. Also on the website, we took the time to add in a few things to make us look much more credible as a business. Here is a blog post posted in efforts to have our viewers engage with us and give us a chance to engage with our viewers, as well as build credibility for the website concerning the fact we are a startup. This particular blog post is relevant because it is speaking about coronavirus for everybody who is stuck at home. It also gives you a little insight on what you could be doing with all your extra free time. Moving on to website analytics, it shows that our website reached a total of 77 page views. Most of our traffic came from direct link, and most of our traffic as well was new people coming to the website, being 69%, and only 31% being people who've seen it already. For those who did come to the website, they stayed for an average of 36 seconds, and the day that our website was able to reach its most viewers at a time was 12 visitors on the day, March 24th, and we believe that was due to interesting content posted on our social media. Moving on to SEO, we use 5 words that resonated very well with our target audience. Proving that is the fact that we were able to be found organically, and the few of the words that we used was creative services, tailored marketing, and individual brand. We felt that all of these words were aligned with not only with the business part of our corporation, but also with the viewers.
My name is Viveka Behar, and I'm first going to be talking about Instagram. So we chose Instagram as our social media base because amongst the group members, Instagram was the platform that we used the most, and our marketing persona targeted students that were full-time and within our age range, so we figured it was the best way to reach them. Some of the strategies we used for the Instagram was to stay consistent in order to reach our target audience through branding and messaging. So within our feed, we stayed with the color purple since it mimicked our purple in the logo. And then within the copy, we used more of a casual tone. We also tended to ask questions and used emojis in order to engage the audience members. This was the first post we made, a picture of our logo along with copy introducing ourselves, and we ended up getting a decent number of engagement. This is some of the analytics we received from Instagram. Now, some of these results may be a little skewed since Instagram doesn't differentiate between the accounts, so these numbers may overlap. I also want to talk about the engagement we received. It ended up coming from local businesses in Orlando that did follow, like, and comment on our post rather than our marketing persona that was geared towards younger artists that would be interested in our branding services. So this was a bit surprising because we were not expecting the B2B side of Instagram. This is an example of some of the content we posted on our stories. We tried to stay more engaging rather than selling our service. Now, these are the numbers that we received from the Instagram story post. Our Instagram feed post ended up doing better, but we would still try to do both stories and feed in the future if we were to continue this campaign because we did reach website clicks through both, which was one of our goals. We came up with 2 original hashtags. Artsee Co and Artsee Day were the 2 hashtags that we used in all of our feed posts. Now, this was after some research that the hashtag Artsee actually had 14,000 posts. Unfortunately, nobody used our hashtag. We were the only ones that used it, so we were unable to engage in conversation. The one good thing is that by using this hashtag in all of our posts, we did emphasize our branding and name. We also did some media pitches. The first person we pitched to was Christina Folis. We talked about how we liked her account, and then we introduced who we were and how her audience members might be interested in us. We then sent a follow-up email, and unfortunately she didn't get back to us, but we knew that it was important to pitch because we figured we would get some feedback from this. We pitched a smaller blogger on Instagram to see if this would make any difference, and again sent a follow-up email, and then pitched another one who had a little bit more of a following, but unfortunately we did not receive any feedback from them, so we did learn that we need to be able to send these pitches ahead.
My name is Daniel Arias, and today we will be discussing our guerrilla marketing implementations. We decided to go to the business card route while keeping the design simple and clean to appeal to the younger generation. One thing we have been trying to keep consistent throughout our entire project is staying consistent with our brand, and that's why we wanted to apply that to the design and color as well. Guerrilla marketing can be a tough tactic to execute successfully, but we figured that the efforts would be worth it because of the human-to-human interaction we would have with the consumers, and realized that the benefits it would have as a startup company due to the fact that physical interaction tends to be more memorable and usually evokes more emotion than when done online. To determine how successful this tactic would be, we had made sure that the business cards would direct people to a different web page. That way we could see how much traffic would be generated from our business cards alone, so compared to other platforms such as Instagram and YouTube. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, we cannot continue implementing these tactics, but as you can see from our analytics, we actually managed to get 54 page views in just a short amount of time, which made us realize that had we implemented this tactic earlier, we could have generated a significant amount of traffic that could have possibly surpassed the amount that we were actually getting from online. I will now give you some insight on what we did in our video marketing. So we decided to use YouTube as our main social media platform when it came to video, because not only is it the second largest search engine after Google, but this platform has become one of the best sources of communication with a large group of audience through video, whether it's watching programs or providing information. What we wanted to consist in our YouTube page is that we wanted to connect everything, so we included our social media and website. Also, we wanted to keep it color coordinated for consistency with our brand, and to keep it simple because that's usually what the younger generation appeal to nowadays. So for our first video, we use this as an opportunity to have an icebreaker and introduce ourselves so that the audience can get to know us. We wanted to also include call to actions in our description so that we could continue to have everything connected, and also use short and long tail tags so that it could make our video easier to find as well. So for our second video, we wanted to do a longer video and where we did an interview series that we would do every week with Orlando local artists. Pretty much we did this so that we compare how the shorter videos would do against a longer video and see how the audience would engage with both. So here you can see our analytics for our overall channel. So while our first video definitely got more views, our second video actually did better in every other aspects like average view durations, impressions, and click-through rates. Furthermore, while most of our traffic came from a direct source, our channel pages, and external sources, we were surprised that more than half of our impressions came from organic YouTube searches. We believe that our YouTube would have done better if we had implemented it earlier from the start of the project. So due to the lack of time, we didn't really get as much engagements as we wanted. However, next time, we learned that this tactic is something that we should implement earlier and more consistently, as this tactic would have definitely helped us futuristically.
Hi, my name is Ayushi Agarwal, and I am going to be talking about email marketing. This is one of the tactics that we use to implement and test our idea. So, we sent out 3 emails over the course of the semester, and we gave a 3 days gap between each of the email that we sent. And we received the email IDs of our prospects through our landing page, which we sent during the first half of our semester. And then we targeted these 3 emails that I'm going to be showing you in a minute to them towards the entire semester. So, the first email was more of an informative email as we wanted the people to know what we are doing and what the business is about. The second email was more in terms of how we can help the upcoming artists and what we can do to ease their pain. So we wanted to focus more on that. And the third email talks about the emotional side. We want to touch base on emotion as like a lot of artists usually just give up after the first year or probably after a few months after they have set up or like started posting things on social media because they're not getting enough engagement. And we wanted to talk about that and we wanted to help them out saying that, hey, if you reach out to us, we can totally help you avoid that and you can just focus on your content and we will do the rest. And that's basically what we wanted to talk about in this email. And in conclusion, I would like to say that the idea was successful and that there is a demand for this service in the market. We were able to get attention and engagement, but it was very minimal. A lot of tactics didn't work for us, and it was quite explainable because we were still in the establishment phase, and as it's a very small business and we are just testing an idea, it's not easy to get a lot of attention and engagement this early in the process. And we know that this idea has a lot of prospect and a lot of scope as the engagement that we got from our social media was the greatest out of all. And we saw how people were interested and engaging with us. Okay, it wasn't the best, but it was still something. Therefore, Professor Bree, we ask you for consulting advice on how we can improve our PR strategy in order to make our small business gain more attention and in turn increase our brand awareness and engagement by users. That's all from our side. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at artseeco.com, which is our Instagram handle, or you can even email us at artseeco@gmail.com.